And immediately I messed up. Hi, I'm Mika, and I'm trying out a new voice right now. I want to see if it works for me, but I also want to see how it sounds. Because I don't know, because I can't hear it outside of my head right now. Well, ever, because it's my own voice, and there's the vibration from the sound waves that moves as well, so... That's kind of what this episode is dedicated to. Me using this voice and practicing it, talking about how that's going for me, and drinking honey lemon tea because my throat hurts. Which probably means I'm doing the voice wrong. So, hopefully I don't like it. My sister said that I sound sad. Maybe I was a little sad though. Because my mom earlier that day called me a boy again. Which, I mean, fair enough. That ain't it, Chief. That ain't it, Chief. But yeah. I'm trying to put myself in situations of somewhat high stress as well, just to sort of get used to using this voice. Hasn't helped my oral presentation any. That was it. That was exactly what I needed to do. Just a little better. I was worried it didn't sound different enough when I first tried it. Because I only know how it sounds in my head. I don't know how it actually sounds out there. So I'm excited to actually review the footage for this. Maybe I should have a timer going. I'm sadly recording this really late in the afternoon, so my mom might end up hearing me talk like this. I had a nightmare that she tried to kill me with a fire axe. I know she wouldn't. She didn't even kick me out of the house, thankfully, so... We're all good there. And I don't think it's necessarily intentional, her calling me a boy and stuff, but it just sucks sometimes. Because I'm not 100% sure myself. And I've been talking with a couple of other trans people, and they were like, yeah, you never 100% know, and that's really terrifying to me, because this is such a big thing that so many people hate other people for. It almost feels like I don't want to be. That's not it. That cannot be it. So then what is it? I'm gonna try a new method if I make it that far again. I'm gonna ride the ball as far to the right as I can and then dash straight up to see if I can wave dash off the wall that way. I hope it's not too jarring for you guys. I'm really nervous about it. It doesn't hurt to talk in right now, which is why I don't understand why it could be causing my throat to hurt, like, later. My fingers smell like lemons because I had the opportunity to actually squeeze the lemon juice out of lemons myself, and I prefer it that way. I mean, maybe it's not better, but feels more better. Feels more better. That's the worst English I've used in a while. But yeah, the main way that I was able to do this was finding out how to move my Adam's apple, which is actually known as a larynx. And I found really helpful video on it, or a couple of helpful videos on trans voice lessons. I'm hoping that it's not slipping. I'm really self-conscious about it, because I don't know. My Adam's apple has never been super noticeable, or my larynx, I guess, but yeah. I don't know why that isn't working now. Too close to the ground. Oh no. Didn't dash down in diagonal. Nope. So it is diagonal. Can I just make the jump from there then? Oh, need to hold right and then dash up and up and right. Can't make the jump from there. Has to be a wave dash. That's the only option. It's really scary. And I think maybe part of my emotional issues with it is that doing this makes it so much more real, which was the intent of working on this, and is the intent of continued work on this. But already just acknowledging it and coming out to my friends, I felt like I had opened Pandora's box. Like it was something I couldn't ignore anymore. I wonder if my voice is changing throughout the video. I really hope not. And just like that, it's already too late. Oh, that might be it! If I jump over those spikes and hug them, fall into the ball, go straight up, dash up, maybe? I have to take a look at that. So if the ball takes me about there, I rotate that, I could dash up left, and that'll hit the spring. Hopefully that'll put me in position for it. We're almost there, guys. Well, I don't know, like, I don't... Because that's gendered language to sort of, like... And I know some people say it's ridiculous, but when I was struggling with my mom calling me boy, even my friend calling me dude as a gender-neutral term bothered me. And I don't want to be that for someone else by generalizing you to guys. And I don't want to hijack some sort of term like allies. That has its own connotation, and it wouldn't be fair to sort of try and take that and make it my own necessarily. Tell you what, this honey lemon tea is really fucking doing it for me. I don't know why I'm so hesitant to fucking swear in this voice. I swear all the fucking time like I'm a goddamn sailor. That was it. That was it. Fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, we fucking had it. Well, and everyone in between. Were it not for non-binary people, I wouldn't be here. I do largely attribute part of my transition to Elliot Page, who identifies as a non-binary trans person. Their preferred pronouns are they, he, which I found out recently means they go with either set, which is really neat. I don't think I could. They, them just doesn't do anything for me, which, fair. For some For others, it doesn't. And I think that's largely what it's about. Because when I was asking the other trans person about... Too early? How I could know, like, know if that I was trans. They were like, you can't. You just take it one step at a time and see where you're most comfortable. And yeah, if that's the process, then that's the process. I don't know why I'm so nervous to talk about it here. It's this call-in show called The Transatlantic. It's hosted on this channel called The Line, which has a lot of atheist debates and stuff like that, and I don't really watch it. I don't know, I've always gotten the impression that the tone of that show is a lot more aggressive than maybe it is, which is why I was hesitant to do the Transatlantic in the first place. But this voice change was really because I feel like I'll have a lot more questions, and I didn't want to call in with my normal voice. It felt weird. They prompted me to just look it up on YouTube. As they put it, a fuckton. I did one evening, so I don't think I'm doing that great, but you know, nothing to it but to do it. I'll look at more videos later. I just need to make sure I practice, make sure that I'm not letting my voice get too raspy, because a lot of the times, apparently one of the biggest issues with feminizing your voice is that it sounds like it's really strained, which perhaps that's what my sister was picking up on when she said I sounded sad. Like, a really mild strain, but not like the whole groaning in pain, which it could sound like almost. 'Cause you gotta not have the rasp. Which I prefer not to have anyway, because that would hurt after a while. It's something called the false folds, I think, and that's them constricting? I really don't remember. I wasn't paying attention to the factual parts of the video, if I'm honest. I was just kinda watching to see how to practice my voice. I don't know why talking in it, like, talking to my sister in this voice made me feel a little sad. It fucks me up a little to think that, like, maybe someone will miss my old voice. And you know, to some degree, fuck them, but if they do miss my voice, then there's someone who probably cared about me. Perhaps I was some sort of comforting figure in their life, and they associated that voice with that. So even though I'm not a different person, just the different voice. And it's something that people get over with time, and I get that. So I shouldn't really worry myself with it as much as I am. Too early. Too early. The peak of that jump is so floaty. Damn it. I think I might have dropped it there a little bit when I said damn it. But yeah. I'm surprised that I was able to pick up on it so quickly. But there are a couple of things that I've found in life that are like that for me. And I think there are I think there are things like that for everyone, quite frankly. You just gotta go in there with an open mind, because people's brains work differently. Mine just happens to work for computer science and, I guess, throats. I don't fucking know. Almost. Almost. Can you believe it? We're almost halfway through this screen that's taken me about 2 episodes now? But yeah, one of the reasons I want to pursue this outside of the call-in show was on my application to return to the dorms, they had a section where you could fill out your current gender, and because I hadn't done anything to really transition, I put male, and that felt like I was telling myself it was a pipe dream the entire time. Like I didn't actually believe in myself or that I was trans, and I couldn't handle that. It really fucking bothered me. And it put me in quite the state. So I felt I owed it to myself to try. So I did, and I'm really happy with it, like, with how much I was able to get done in just one evening. And it'll take a lot more time, certainly, to actually land on where my voice is, and to not slip out of it, but oftentimes the first step is the hardest. There's something I'm missing. I don't know how to do this. I hope you guys don't mind a short episode then. I should probably practice this off camera. Review whatever the hell I did just there to see what the hell I did just there. Because that worked. That worked wonders. That could have worked too. That didn't. That absolutely didn't. Neither did that. Or that. Perhaps I could have waited a little longer. Perhaps I could have waited a little less. But yeah, I gotta be honest. Despite my fears and anxieties, existential dread and nightmares, I've never felt more alive than when I acknowledged that I'm Mika. I got a fucking email, sorry. Could be about housing? I hope it is. I want to know my room assignment and my roommate. Sadly, because of the way that I filled out the application, that means it's probably going to be a guy. And I don't... Perhaps it's sexist of me to think this, but I don't know if they're super good at understanding trans issues and stuff like that. I want to say I was, but you could argue that I was never a guy. It just never interested me. Rather, I called myself an anomaly. I was unlike the rest, and I just felt that way. Which I suppose could be... Oh, that's a really neat detail. We're in a fucking black hole. I didn't notice that the background is the sort of black hole shape is moving with where the wind direction is. The hell happened there? Too late. I think I'll cut it off at 20 minutes. We're just about there. Or when my timer says 20 minutes, because I know I started it late. Thank you for being an avenue I can talk to when I feel I need to talk about this stuff. It's really been a lot, and even though right now nobody's watching it, it feels like someone's there, and they care. Perhaps I'm just crazy. I've also noticed that my language use has changed somewhat. I wonder how much of that is sort of a stereotype. Or just me not needing to overcompensate with my language. Regardless, thank you guys very much for watching. Remember to take care of yourselves and that tomorrow's another day. I hope to see you then. Bye! It's less funny sounding, but I think that bye'll sound nice too. Bye.